It would be hard to imagine Louisiana without its sparkling, pulsating soul, New Orleans. It's a mecca for the culturally curious, a melting pot of sounds and flavors. It was here where Chef Emeril Lagasse, inspired by local Creole and Cajun spices, launched his food empire. And where a one-time bootlegger named Pat O'Brien disguised the taste of cheap rum with fruit juice and sugar to create New Orleans' famous hurricane drink. Still served right here at O'Brien's popular Courtyard Bar. But this city isn't just a place to party. It also has a dark edge, even in daylight. And hurricanes aren't the only threat. New Orleans has one of the highest murder rates in America and a colorful history of criminal enterprise. One of the first American mafia families got their start on the city's waterfront, extracting protection money from dock workers and other laborers. But there's a unique twist on just about everything in New Orleans. Around the time that trumpeter Louis Armstrong was getting his start playing on riverboats like this one, a serial killer called the Axeman is said to have vowed that he would spare potential victims if he found them listening to jazz. One reason so many different people have called New Orleans home over the centuries is that this city has welcomed just about anyone. Even before the Civil War, a community of freed African slaves thrived here, in this neighborhood called Treme. It's home to St. Augustine Catholic Church. Built in 1842 by free people of color, it opened its doors to blacks and whites, who each raced to buy pews in the church for their own communities. In the end, the famous War of the Pews was won by blacks who purchased 3 for every 1 bought by whites and designated many of their seats for the use of slaves, making St. Augustine the most integrated congregation in the country. Jazz great Louis Armstrong was born in New Orleans in 1901. He was the grandson of African slaves. His legacy is honored at Armstrong Park, next to the very site where the city's early jazz fests were held, Congo Square. It was in this square that West African slaves once gathered to play music and dance. Whether here in Treme or down in the French Quarter, New Orleans is nothing if not a reflection of America itself, a rich blend of cultures and traditions.